All right, hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
We're going to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, brakathum to the hopeful elect, Shalom, Shalom. We're the brothers here at the Great Millstone, Kansas City Church, out once again to preach the names of YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, which is the true names of the one you call God and Jesus Christ. Now you have people out there in the world that call themselves Israelites, but neglect to call upon these names, Yahawah and Yahawashai. But if you go into the scripture, it say there is no other name shall we be saved but Yahawashai, man. So if you out here neglecting the names, you're not really preaching the whole counsel. You're not preaching the whole kingdom of heaven if you saying that you can call on Jesus and be saved. How many people in the world called on Jesus and ended up dying, man? Natural disasters, ended up getting killed. See, the scriptures say in Matthew 24, this gospel shall be preached into the whole world, then the end shall come. Jesus is a global name, man. Billions of people know the name of Jesus, but yet we not in the kingdom of heaven. So what does that mean? That means there's more to the story, and that's what us as the prophets is telling you, man.
That's right. I got one. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 2, and I'm going to start at verses 42. It says, I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns.
And the one that set in crowns, taller statue than all the rest, is Yahawashai. Because he is the most glorified individual in the nation of Israel and in the world.
Right.
But yeah, he doesn't get his praise. Right. People put more attention to Kim Kardashian. People put more attention to these celebrities than they do the real mighty and glorious man being Yahawashai and the other members of the Bible.
And it says here, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? And he said unto me, These be they that pull off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High.
Confess the name of YAHAWAH bahasham YAHAWASHI in the world.
Right.
Because as the you posted the video in the group chat yesterday, for teaching the names of YAHAWAH and YAHAWASHI came with a great punishment.
Yeah.
They was taking Jake's head off.
Yeah.
You know, they was throwing Jake over cliffs. Jake was being killed upside down just for preaching the names of YAHAWASHI.
Yeah, they said, my man, so I think it was Mark, if I'm not mistaken, they said that they basically attached him to like a horse carriage and a buggy, and they drug him through the streets until he died, man. Excruciating, very brutal death, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the scriptures say that precious is in the sight of the Most High, or the sight of the death of his saints. Now, I had to fathom that yesterday because I was thinking like, wait a minute. I said, Lord, you know, the scriptures say be thou faithful to death, but I'm like, are you going to kill all your servants on this side again? You know, are we all going to die, or is it going to be a balance or some get back? Because honestly, your prophets, we've been catching L's since this place began, since the world began, really. We've been catching it from Jake, from the other nations, okay, Esau mainly, and we constantly are being downtrodden by our enemies, man. But I told myself, I said, this time the Most High got to even the playing score, man. Because you're gonna have martyrs, but I just can't see the Lord just dogging us out like that again, man. Because that would just be I mean, it's a glorifying thing, but when you think about it like in a fleshly manner, just as a human or a man, you'll get discouraged because it's just like, why the fuck do they get to beat up on us, but we can't do anything? Right. It get very discouraging. But if you in the spirit of the Lord, then you understand why things must be.
Appreciate you back up on that. Yeah, Mark chapter 9 verse 1. And he said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that there be some of them that stand here, which shall not taste of death, till they have seen the kingdom of Yahawah come with power.
Right, man, because certain brothers, like the scripture say, be some of you standing here that could not taste death. Because with John, I believe John the Revelator, at first they boiled him in like a pot of it was like a they basically boiled him alive, man, okay? And then when they released him from his captivity and respective, they exiled him to the island of Patmos, where he got those visions of the Lord. And in the end, man, the angel came to him and said, well, look, man, the Lord signified these messages through the servants, man. Okay, so he was exiled, but he was still considered technically a martyr because he was sent there to die. But the Lord preserved him because he had a greater purpose for bringing out the scripts, man.
Yeah, man. Imagine being locked up in an old salt mine, man.
Yeah.
Just being left there for dead, and then you get the most powerful revelations of the end of the world get shown to you, man.
And you know he was an older man at that time. He was up in age, too.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
That was around, what, 95?
96.
Yeah, 96.
Yeah. That was like during the reign of Domitian Caesar.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all his people was gone. Remember, this was after 70 AD. You know, after all of Israel got scattered and they were still trying to get the truth out, man.
Yeah, and hey, brothers, this truth is a lonely path, man. It's a lonely path, and it takes great fortitude and mental strength to really endure what the hell we endure. Because look at it, he was the last disciple, the last apostle left, and you know he heard word about his brothers getting killed, put to death.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So how you think he felt about it? But he was so filled with the Spirit of the Lord, he just like, well, you know, I gave up my life at this point. Should I welcome death, man?
Right.
Yep. Go ahead.
This Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of the things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. And we know who the devil is, man. The devil is you so-called white people, especially you elites, because you elites, you're gonna have it in your mind to stop the ministry, to stop the truth, especially when they start pushing this digital currency system. They're gonna cause everybody to have a C-hip in their hand.
Sir.
You see? But we the ones that telling you not to take the C-hip.
Right.
You got some men that probably will tell you to take it.
Hey, well, this guy from the ISUPK, what's my man's that he was interviewing with?
Sorry.
Yeah, nah, the other guy who was interviewing that the Apostle Tar was saying was on the level.
Oh, Hassan
Campbell, yeah. And see, he threw the bone out there. Niggas got mad because he was like, hey, Hassan Campbell must be of the elect. I mean, who knows, man?
That's a grimy ass nigga right there, but
yeah.
Hey, he's speaking facts on the most important prophecy, man.
Yeah. Right.
So the Lord could very well just, you know, there you go.
He can snap him out of it that quick. But Cesaria, you gon' basically, Harker got hit with the fucking gut shot, man. You got hit with the gut shot. You had that look on your face, man. Because he wasn't ready for that. He wasn't expecting it. But see, now you in hot water, man, because you got people that's outside of our groups that's coming out with this faith, with this understanding of the chip.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
And the more they push these CBDCs, the more people gonna talk about the cashless society.
Yeah.
And ultimately, more people gonna talk about the C-hip, man.
Right.
Because the news broke in Nigeria. Nigga, you can only get $45 a day at an ATM.
$45 a day at
Nigga,
the ATM.
that's $200 a week, man.
Yeah, it don't even matter how much you make at that point. You can't pull out with 200.
But you remember the ATMs in America used to be able to get up to like 3-4 bands out.
3,000, yeah.
Yep.
Get more than
Now you could get it now. Some you was able to get up to 1,000 or 999. Now you only could get like $400 out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cause like, you remember when I had to go through that ordeal when I had to get all them goddamn money orders and shit? Cause I couldn't.
You couldn't even go to the ATM and just, you know, do your thing, man.
In the bank, you go to the bank, they gonna say, "Well, you need the money for it." Well, I don't need you to question me.
Yeah.
Like you see direct deposits every week coming in this damn account from a particular account. How much more do you need to know? You know.
Yeah.
But that shows you be going to a control-based system, man. And they said by 2023, over 114 HSBC banks are gonna close their branches, man.
Yeah. They're not gonna need them anymore.
Yeah.
And you know what? 5 years ago, man, that guy Cesaria couldn't have had that same look on his face.
Yeah.
But now it's so obvious, like the Apostle Paul said, I see through a glass darkly, because the prophecies they're not as obvious as they were 20 years ago, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But now it's so clear, even Edomites are coming out with the same knowledge, man. Hassan Campbell can break it down now because they see the writing on the wall, they see the CBDCs ramping up, all right? They see this guys like Klaus Schwab basically telling you to your face, he's gonna take everything from you, he's gonna control you, and he's even convinced you, hey, you're gonna like it.
He said it in plain sight.
Right.
You know?
A little bit more.
This Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of the things fear none of the things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
That's right, man. Being faithful to death, because, hey, teaching this word, they're going to try to put us to death because of the talking points, man. This word has reached into the gates of the nobles. Like the brothers from Val Costa, Georgia, they said that they had drones flying over them a couple of weeks ago. And you remember that time that we had that drone? They're watching us, man. You know what I'm saying? And just for men just teaching the word and speaking the truth, it's causing a great big ruckus among the ranks of Amalek, because now he can't put this thing back in the bag. It's like if you try to spill oil and scoop it back up, or trying to rekindle water in a pouch that's spilled, you can't do it. So now you got to trash the bottle now. You know?
One more verse. Revelation 2 verse 11. He that hath the ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death.
So what does it mean to overcome?
That means not to fold.
Right.
To overcome means to maintain your integrity regardless of what's in front of you. Regardless if they about to cut your head off. Regardless if they about to blow your kids' brains out, man. Because, hey, it say the devil shall come on you. It don't say the nicest nigga in the world gonna come after you. It say the devil.
Right.
And he gonna get in that mode to break the elect if it were possible.
Yeah. That's why the Lord said if it was possible, they would deceive the very elect, because they got certain methods that they're going to use to try to break your faith. Like, and they study brothers, man. Like, brothers been using this new app. I guess it's kind of digitizing their face and shit like that. Now, now I think you got to pay for that shit too. And the report came out. They said that people that's using that, basically the algorithm is learning your mannerisms and they're replicating the algorithm of your mannerisms, man. So when AI comes out and they start to frame the men of the Lord, because only how they gonna really catch up to us is if by deceit and framing us, man. They gonna have to pin shit on us and say we did it under false pretenses, man, because the men of the Lord will put to death under false pretenses, man. Like when YAHAWASHI was brought up before the council, it was based on false narratives. Because even Pilate said at that time, he said, I find no fault in this man. You know what I'm saying? So he said, what should we do with him? He was like, because I got the power to release you. But he said the Jews want you to die. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have wicked men that's going to be set in array against us. And this is the reason why we've been getting at these other camps. Because they've been compromised, man. Right. Like Nate's camp, you got to beware of those men, man. You know, when you brothers go up there and engage them guys, the best thing to do is don't even engage them. Okay? Because, hey, we believe highly through the Spirit that their leadership has been compromised, man. Because when you read in the New Testament, in the book of Matthew, you had a sect of the high priests and the scribes and the Pharisees, man. You had Caiaphas, okay? You had, what's the other ones, man, that they had that came against YAHAWASHI, man?
Yeah, Caiaphas.
You had a sect of men that set up in a hierarchy of Israel that sat in the seat of Moses, basically, and they was able to condemn certain Jakes under their pretenses, man.
Basically, the Herodians.
Yeah.
The Herodians wasn't just tares mixed in. There were actually there's true Israelites that went along with Herod and only sought to keep those type of people in power. Right. Members of those people were coming against YAHAWASHI.
This is the book of John, chapter 15. It says,
speak loud,
John chapter 15, verse 20, verse 19. If you were of the world would love its own. But because you are not of the world, I have chosen you out of the world.
Right, he said he's chosen us out of the world, man. And that world is cosmos, which is talking about the Israelites, man. That's going into the election right there. Okay, because the men that walk with YAHAWASHI, they were of the elect, man. Okay, the prophets of old coming back as the 12 disciples, later to be the apostles. Those were the men of the Lord, man, and they're back here today. All right, go ahead.
Therefore, the world hated you. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord.
Right, the servant is not greater than his Lord, because you remember when Lord asked me, he said, do you think you can partake or drink of the cup that I drink?
Yeah,
the baptism that I baptized with? He said, surely you would drink of it. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't understand what YAHAWASHI meant by it. They thought it was just basic, like just some simplicity type. Yeah, I can deal with what you deal with. Yeah. But no, he said, for surely you're going to deal with what I deal with.
Yeah.
okay? Because brothers ain't out here literally getting crucified. But hey, when they get certain brothers in that FEMA camp, they may nail you to a damn wooden plank, man.
Right. Because they didn't, the disciples at the time, they didn't know how bad they was gonna do YAHAWASHI. They just agreeing because, you know, they follow the Lord. You know, they follow the Lamb whithersoever he going. So when they did the Lord how they did him, it kind of shook them up. Hey, that's why Peter denied the Lord. He wasn't ready to go through all that. He just saw how they did that man hit, bro.
Got scared.
Yeah, but over time, you know, the Spirit came upon him, and you know what, he did what he had to do through the Spirit, man.
Yeah. God.
That's right. Because he got afraid. But see, that was the Spirit of the Lord, though. And the Lord ultimately had mercy on him. He didn't look down on him because he understood. He was like, look, man, they ain't on a level yet to see that type of pain. That's why when Peter kind of followed him, when they was kind of carrying him up to the council, you notice he stayed back in the cut, kind of watching everything. And then they was like, wait a minute, that go one of them right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just like, they got you on camera and shit. They're like, are you one of them great millstone cats? You deny. Like, all right, nigga, look at the way you talk. Look at your girl. Like, nigga, you GMS all day. Like, stop
the streets for
yeah,
you.
we seen you. This is you. I'm like, is this not you? Yes or no? And Esau, he's bold with it. He'll put the shit right into your face, man.
Yeah.
He like, so that ain't you?
Right. Yeah, they coming, brother.
Yeah, they coming, man.
This is John chapter 15, verse 20. It says, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you.
Right, brother. So get in the mindset. We're being persecuted right now, man. Honestly, we are, because look at all the shit that's coming out on us. The fucking Christians are talking madness. They coming up with all these narratives showing their hypocrisy, man.
Yeah. You saw the video of that Christian?
Yeah.
He trying to do a whole breakdown on all the Hebrew Israelite camp.
Yeah.
He started talking about GMS. He was like, they so wicked, they don't even have a logo. I'm like, well, wait a minute, man. You're supposed to be all commercial and shit. Supposed to have a Sakari logo. Supposed to have an IUIC logo.
Yeah.
They so wicked.
He
Like, we don't need no fucking logo, man.
They so wicked. No, we don't need no damn logo. Did the 12 walk around with a logo?
Yeah.
Hell nah, man. They walked around with the Spirit, man.
Yeah.
And we don't want to be like these other groups because we're not commercialized and we ain't take no bribes up here, man.
Right.
Ain't nobody coming up here with a secret bag. Hey, man. Hey, brother, I need you to... No, man. What you see is what you get, man.
Yeah. But it start with niggas like that talking shit, man.
Oh, yeah.
So-called black Christians.
Yeah, because them niggas got a following. Because
I got a quick precept for that. Hey, this is our banner, man. Isaiah 13:2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. And we all know what the banner. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice. Shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles.
we good for shaking the hand and cursing you jakes out and
right,
going
man.
into the gates of the nobles, man. We in the gates of the
Downtown.
nobles. Downtown, man. We in the chief place of concourse.
Right.
Like, you had this one clown, they gonna say, y'all ain't never out there on the streets. Look, nigga, we been out here every week. Look around you. How you gonna be from Kansas City and you don't know that building right there?
Right.
You the one that's not out here contending for the faith, my man.
Been in every major spot. We've been downtown, Westport, and the Plaza.
We didn't even hit the wilderness, man, during the shutdown. We went on the coast.
everywhere,
We
man.
went down to the riverfront, man.
God.
Right. God.
Yeah.
Because the testimony of YAHAWASHI is our logo, man.
Yeah.
That's the only thing we're going to put forth before us. All right? This ain't a game. This ain't a gimmick. This ain't about getting views. All right? You know?
Yeah. Got more on that act.
It says, verse 21, but all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sin.
Right? So, hey, the Lord said, look, if he didn't come and send his men, then you people will get a pass. Because let's just say if all this wickedness was to transpire, but the Most High never raised up prophets, then there wouldn't be no destruction to come because people would be doing in their ignorance, man.
Right.
Subconsciously, they'll know it's off, but if you don't have a taskmaster to guide them into the way, or a shepherd to show them the way to walk, then what they gonna do besides crash? What the Lord said, now I come to you, you have no cloak for your sins, man. So all them wicked ass jakes, man, even today, you camps out there, you IUIC guys, man, Cesariac, hey, the Lord is sent forth to you through his men of the great millstone, man.
Yeah.
Breaking down the prophecies. We're telling you what the mark of the beast is, and then heavy persecution is going to come behind that. You see what these other camps are doing, brothers? If you pay attention, they're trying to escape that persecution. Because that way, they can point this finger and say, well, you know, we ain't teach that. We ain't teach against it. That was them GMS guys. But see, you don't understand the dynamic of the devil. Esau don't give a shit that you don't take that thing. He's more concerned with you pushing this, and all you camps are pushing that, man. Right. So just the fact you're out there on the streets teaching, Esau's going to roll on you anyway, man.
Right.
He ain't going to have a particular jail cell, IHPK, GMS. No, man. They going to lump all us up in one goddamn cell, man.
Right. That's what Esau is really, really worried about. Esau doesn't give a damn if you call yourself Kemet. He doesn't give a damn if you think you're an Egyptian. He doesn't care what you call yourself, but the moment you start calling yourself one of these 12 tribes, that's when he got a real problem, man.
That's right. That's right, brother. He's more on that.
That's it.
Let's see here. Started
16:1.
Yes, sir.
This is John chapter 16, verse 1. These things have I spoken unto you, that ye should not be offended. They shall put you out of the synagogues. Yea, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that he doeth the Most High service.
Pay attention, all the Christian persecution groups, because you know the Christians, as wicked as they are, that's a religion that's established in bloodshed. Everybody knows Christianity was rooted in death and murder and genocide. That's not being spoke about. Like you got this guy John Calvin, you got a man by the name of Charles Taze Russell over the Watchtower Society. All these Christian sects are started by Masonic figures, man, which was so-called white men, aka Edomites. But now when it comes to us pushing the word, now there's a problem. Because now you got the persecution coming. Oh, well, these guys, man, they're preaching hate. They're preaching this, they're preaching that. They're preaching that they're the Israelites of the Bible. But you're all conducing in Amalek worship, man. Because you got little Jake out there that's saying, no, we're not the Israelites. You know this, man. And if you pay attention to what's really happening.
G-Man is the primary one.
G-Man.
It's like,
the brown pepper, the bell pepper nose Jake, I don't know, he probably fucking vanished into a black hole somewhere.
Jesus.
Wow. I remember G-Man came back up to the camp back in 2015. He was scoffing, then he came back with his minions years later.
Heavy Jesus.
Yeah, he's a demon, man. Hey, was you in St. Louis with us back in 2018?
No.
That when you went there? I didn't think you had to work, but yeah, man, that guy G Consciousness, he came. The guy that was with Cherry Love in them, he came out there, man. We had 2 camps going. We was out there about 3-4 hours. He came with his little camera on and shit, trying to record. So after we shut the camp down, this guy literally followed us a half a mile up the block, going to our cars, basically trying to break bread. He like, man, I could buy all y'all some pizza. We just need to talk. I'm like, nigga, you just got 3 hours full of breakdowns. Like, what do we need to talk about? You ain't get it then we have nothing to talk about.
Right. You Christians, man, y'all are dying, man.
Yeah.
There's no salt, there's no flavor. It's dried out, unseasoned turkey, man. And Jake is tired of hearing that shit, man.
Like that Hamite, that dusty, that like that through pop, the Hamite.
Yeah.
That dry nigga, man.
That nigga there, man.
John 16:2. They shall put you out of the synagogues. Yea, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that he doeth the Most High service.
Right, man. You remember when they was yelling, crucify him, crucify him? They was happy to see YAHAWASHI die under false narratives. And half them niggas in the audience didn't even know what was going on. They were just going along with the masses because the scribes and the Pharisees and the high priests, they had the power seat. They had influential power. So a lot of times, like when the persecution come and they start putting brothers on the news, a lot of these people, man, they gonna just go with the flow, man, all because of what the narratives say. Like when the news media speak on something, the people gonna go with it because they believe everything. You see what I'm saying? But you're gonna have a group of people that's gonna say, you know what? Those men, they didn't do that. They were just out there preaching. They were just teaching the word. We ain't armed out here, man. We ain't got no guns. We ain't got no private militias. We ain't got no snipers nowhere. There's just 3 brothers out here just coming out through our daily lives and teaching the word to try to wake our people up, man.
That's right.
But that's a revolutionary act, man.
Right.
In a time of lies, they say the truth is considered a revolutionary act, man.
That's right.
No?
Yeah, come on, bro. And
John 16, verse 3. And these things will they do unto you, because they have not known the Father nor me. But these things have I told you, that when the time shall come, you may remember that I told you of them.
Right, so when this happens, we got to refer back to the scriptures. that's why the scripture says this is the comforter, man. Okay, because when you go into those stories, it's supposed to boost your confidence. Like, well, wait a minute. That way you don't get blindsided by them kicking in your door and throwing your ass in the camp, man. You can't get blindsided by it, because we just read that when the enemy comes in as a flood, or the devil going to cast some of you into prison. Now, are we saying all brothers? No, because you're going to have a great number of brothers that's going to be unharmed.
Right.
But some of us going to get grabbed up to prove our faith, man.
Right.
You know, and we can't tell you who that is, but speaking as a man, that may be a lot of you guys that have, you know, haven't really proven yourselves, you know, on the front end. So on the back end, to get that crown, you're going to have to go through some rigorous shit, man.
Right.
You know?
They say, but these things have I told you, that when the time shall come, ye may remember that I told you of them.
Yep.
And these things I said not unto you at the beginning, because I was with you. But now I go my way to him that sent me, and none of you ask me, whither goest thou? So, but you realize in the first verse of that John 16, he said, I'm telling you these things so you don't get offended. You can't get mad at YAHAWASHI when he tells you something and then it happened. You can't be like, damn, Lord, you ain't tell me, you ain't tell me my buckle's gonna hate me. You ain't gonna tell me my woman was gonna leave me. Yeah, you ain't tell me I'm gonna have all these money problems, car problems, you know, all kind of issues. You say, I tell you these things so you don't be offended.
Yeah.
So you had to understand it.
Yeah, hey, good point, because he said, I'm telling you what's gonna happen. It ain't like he said, look, when he told the disciples, he said, everything the Father has revealed to me, I revealed it unto you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So everything that the Lord, we know now, we understand losing relationships and losing family, losing brothers, man. It's all part of it's all counting the cost. It's bittersweet as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And going through it at the moment, that shit sucks, man.
Yeah.
But you gotta somehow continue to go, man. Like, hey, the New Year's Eve Destruction show, it's gonna be at least be a 2-3 hour show, man. Because I mean, every brother in this camp, man, have their own testimony of 2022, man. 2022 was a quick but long fucking year, man. This was probably the hardest year I've ever had in the truth, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up, man. I've never shed so many tears in the truth since I've been in. This year, 2022, has really tested the chin of us, man.
Yeah. We saying that as men that go out to the streets.
Yeah.
So a lot, as his bro said, a lot of you people that been unproven, a lot of you Jakes that's on the comment board, you gotta expect to go through something, man.
Yeah.
If you call yourself an Israelite and you believe on YAHAWASHI, you believe on YAHAWASHI, you gotta expect for the Most High to try you in some way and prepare yourself for that.
Yeah. Hey, prepare your minds, man. Get your minds prepared, man. We're not trying to scare you, but we're telling you the worst case scenario, man.
Right.
So you can have it in your mindset already.
Yeah.
To be able to mentally prepare for it.
Right. Remember, we're an alarm, man. We're like an alarm sound.
Yeah.
Alarm is a very unsettling sound, but it has a purpose. The purpose is to jar you, to wake you up, man. Get more on that?
Yeah. This is John chapter 16, verse 6. It say, because I have said these things unto you, sorrow hath filled your heart. Nevertheless, I tell you the truth, it is expedient for you that I go away, for I go not away. For if I go not away, the Comforter will not come unto you.
Hey, he said those sorrow filled your hearts, because when he told them, they was like, oh shit, this is really gonna get real. But he said, I gotta go away because the Comforter is gonna come. If we didn't need a Comforter, why would he send it, man?
Right.
That show you that we're gonna need something that's gonna comfort us. Because sometimes, brothers, when you in your shit, man, sometimes you just feel like, damn, who gets it? Who understands it?
Right.
But that's when the Spirit of the Lord kick in. You get on the phone with a brother, you read, you pray, or you rest it out. Whatever you got to do to get your spirit back in balance, man. Because sometimes it gets very overwhelming being in the truth. And only people that know that is the men you see standing here on these streets every weekend and week out. Because brothers up here telling you by experience, man. We ain't making this up. We're telling you through experience the things that we go through as men, man. You know?
And that cuts that Trinity bullshit too.
Yeah.
Because another name for the Comforter is the Holy Spirit.
Right.
So y'all guys that are saying that, you know, Jesus, God, and the Spirit is all one, why is YAHAWASHI saying, I have to leave in order for the Comforter to come to you? That shows you that they're two different entities, man.
Right.
It says, John 16:7, nevertheless, I tell you the truth. It is expedient for you that I go. For if I go not away, the Comforter will not come unto you. But if I depart, I will send him unto you. And when he is come, he will reprove the world of sin and righteousness and of judgment. Of sin, because they believe not on me.
Right, and how you get that through the book, man? Because when you read, you have what they call, the scriptures say that this is a book of lamentations, mournings, and woe. Do that sound like anything that's so nicely? No, that sounds like it's very low and depressing, man. Because the scriptures is written of laws, statutes, and commandments and judgments that we're supposed to abide by, man. Okay? And they may seem tedious to the average individual, but in reality, the commandments brings life and peace. Okay? Because it keeps you out of predicaments. It lets you foresee things. It helps you to be wise, man. Let's just say if you went on a pork eating frenzy without any type of knowledge of the commandments, then down the line you're gonna develop what they call gout in your foot. You're gonna have gastrititis, whatever you call that shit, in your stomach, diabetes, all these things, man. You know, adultery. Adultery brings heartbreak, diseases, death, all these things, man. No.
Said of sin, because they believe not on me. Of righteousness, because I go to my Father, and ye see me no more. Of judgment, because the prince of this world is judged. I have yet many things to say unto you, but ye cannot bear them now, because the understanding didn't fully come upon the disciples, which turned the apostles, until YAHAWASHI left.
Yeah, they weren't on a level like that yet.
Yeah, they weren't on the level.
Like when we bring out the whole the nastiness of the scriptures, man.
Yeah.
The first thing you teach your brother, you don't teach your brother the first thing when he coming at you. You know, raping in the Bible is. You don't teach him Deuteronomy 22 and 25. That's the first thing you going in on. You don't, and a lot of times, brothers end up teaching the whole Isaiah 4 and 1 thing. That entices Jake. But honestly speaking, that's not the first thing that brothers should be learning coming into the truth, man. That's come with spiritual growth and maturity to understand on wives and families, on how you create the dynamic among families and relationships, man. Right. You're supposed to be concerned with getting the name of the Lord, learning the foundations and the understanding of the tribes. That's going to build your foundation. Right. And when you build the foundation, then you can expand out. Just like the martial arts of ninjutsu. Ninjutsu is a very dynamic martial arts that only a few people can learn it, because you got to go to Japan and learn it. Okay? Now, it's a foundational martial arts, which means that the basis of ninjutsu practice the art of stealth and espionage. But on top of that, you can disperse. It's kind of like a web. Like in school, they give you the main event, then they got the webs that dish out. That's how the truth is, man. You build up on a foundation, and then you start drafting out to the particular bullet points. Then you could go into the meat. Then you could go into Deuteronomy 22. Then you could go into Isaiah 4 and 1. Then you could go into 2nd Ezra 11 and 12, etc. Right. You see? But that ain't the first thing you learn coming into this, because it's too much meat. That's why the scriptures say, hey, you got to eat honey, which is sufficient for you. Right.
Because for Isaiah 4 and 1, it sounds nice, but when you read the context, that's only a select group of men. Yeah. You got to remember, the Lord gonna kill a whole lot of men, and these men are gonna be reserved, and that's the men they're gonna say when we're gonna cling to. And you got to understand how do you become one of those men first.
And that, honestly speaking, that's gonna be a goddamn headache, man. Because remember, Isaiah 4 and 1, they gonna be women that need to be saved. They ain't gonna all be the understanding of the righteous Sarah, man. They gonna have to be broken and put into that, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That, man, you trying to buck break, or you trying to break your cattle and break your servants in, that shit comes with rigorous training, man. Yeah. Because let's just say if you out here in the time of the siege and all hell broke loose, you got your wife, and then you got other women rolling with you and shit, your wife might still be a demon. Yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And now you got to put her ass in order so the other women can fear that shit, because if they see her being a demon and getting away with it, then you going to have to get rid of all of them, man. Yeah.
Right. Why we speaking on that? Because that Isaiah 4 and 1, they said, let us eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, which means they're going to have to come with some shit, man. You don't want no bitch around you in Jacob trouble just because she got a BBL, man.
Right.
Bitch got to have use, man.
Right. Only thing you got to do is offer me is a fake booty. Like, no. Right. What can you do? Can you cook? Can you clean? Can you sew? Can you what can you do, man? Because honestly speaking, sex ain't gonna be on no brother mind at that day. Right. We gonna be trying to survive out here, man.
Yeah, like you red pill guys like to ask the question, what does it want to bring to the table, man? Well, look, in that day, man, you're gonna have to really bring something to the table. Your ass gonna die out there, man.
This is John 16. Going back to verse 12. It says, I have yet many things to say unto you, but you cannot bear them now. Howbeit when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, he will guide you into all truth. Yeah. For he shall not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear, that shall he speak, and he will show you things to come.
Yeah. And what's some of those things to come?
Really, the spiritual power, the miracles.
Yeah. Judgment of our enemies, witnessing that.
Judgment of our enemies. That was a big thing after YAHAWASHI left. The spiritual powers being granted unto his men.
Also, Pentecost. Yep. When the Lord showed them that, because you remember you had tribes that was dispersed. See, when the Lord spoke of those things, he was talking about the future, but he was talking about the immediate future, because you remember he was only with them 40 days before after he got crucified and he went to the spirit world. And then you go to the book of Acts, the 2nd chapter, you had this Feast of Pentecost, and then you had like 3,000 souls that was added to that day. Because that's when they came up on a level, because they was like, well, wait a minute, what is this power you talking about? He said, well, go to Jerusalem and tarry there, then the Holy Spirit should come upon you. You see what I'm saying? So they wasn't ready to handle that at that time. Because basically the Lord was telling them, like, look, y'all gonna have big shoes to fill, y'all gonna have a lot of responsibility, it's gonna come with a lot of persecution and a lot of martyrdom, okay? And you gotta be ready for it, man. Because, hey, if you go to Acts the 7th chapter, look at how they did Stephen, man, okay? And Stephen pretty much was over that region at that time, man, and he was going into the history on how the Lord was dealing with the Israelites, and he basically had to curse Jake out, saying that YAHAWASHI was gonna come back and destroy this place if you didn't get your lives in order, man.
Right.
And then it said that they got so angry with him, so pissed off to the point they gnashed on him, they was biting on him, man.
Yeah.
Put hands on him, bit him, and they was stoning him to death. All because he was bringing out the scriptures, man. Right. And cutting their ass.
Yeah, you know, Stephen, he was on a much higher level than this guy Kyrie. Because that guy couldn't even handle the 6 bullet points?
Yeah.
He folded, man. Stephen died on that, man.
Yeah.
We're talking about a whole different caliber of men. All right? He endured everything that came with the ministry. You know?
That's why the scriptures say you got to count the cost, and also find that when it says when you got a precept. Find that, get that in the Apocrypha, said when thou comes to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Barak 2, man. Let's hit that, because brothers, we have to understand the severity of what we in, man. Okay, you have to understand what you're involved in. This is not just something you come out and you speak every week. And even honestly speaking, every man up here, sometimes it seems surreal to us, like what the fuck are we doing? Sometimes you go through your week and you ask yourself, am I really built for this? Am I really capable? Am I really walking this walk? And then you shock yourself like, well, goddamn, you in the fight, man. Because your flesh is just like, man, you just going through the motions, but the spirit is really dealing like, no, man, you in this thing. You dedicated, you know, you're trying to balance your time, you're doing the shows, you linking up with brothers, you breaking bread, you out here week in and week out, you believe in this thing. Because your flesh will tell you don't believe in it, you're just doing it just to do it. But when you come out here and you speak with that conviction, right now, this is the Holy Spirit speaking, man. Because if it was of us, we would have been drove off. I'm like, I'm not feeling this. We got to go. This is the spirit out here. Why? Because we really believe. And you got to tell yourself you believe in this thing, man. Yeah. Don't get complacent and start doing dumb shit, man. Because the last thing you want to do is stop yourself from coming out here, man. You got to fucking be out here, man, week in and week out. That's going to determine if the Lord going to save you or not. Because then the scriptures say those that saved by their works which they believe. So you got to be out here, man. You can't be doing dumb shit like these niggas in the world and set yourself up for failure, man. What that make you when you preaching and you can't preach no more? Make you a hypocrite, man. Why would you throw away the only gift that we've ever got as a people to fill your own belly? You Jakes got to start using your minds, man. We understand shit get painful. We understand heartbreaks. We get it. Trust me, man. We get it. We want to put judgment on motherfuckers every day. But that ain't for you to determine at that time, man. And if the spirit dealing with you, you're going to operate in the spirit. The spirit of the Lord overcome any mental disability. Because a mental disability is demons, man. Don't the spirit say that we got the power to heal? So when you come into this thing, you're healed from that. Though you may suffer it from time to time, the Spirit of the Lord through the blood of YAHAWASHI is going to overcome that, man. If you believe that.
You got it. Just a quick one on that one.
Go ahead.
Luke 12 and 43. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. You know, so that blessing means you gotta do it till the end, basically, man. You can be doing it for 10, 20, 30 years, but if you're not doing it when the Lord come back, or something small knocks you out of this thing, then you're not blessed, you know?
Yeah, basically, you probably ain't a man of the Lord at that point, because if the Spirit of the Lord give you over to that, then that means that the Lord, he pretty much just like, you know what, go ahead, man. You know, you want to establish your own right, go ahead. I'll let you. Now, the Lord can pull you back in. We're not saying that he can't, you know, because every man got their own walk. But overall, the scriptures say, blessed is who the Son of Man find doing. If the Lord come back today, I want him to find us occupied in the work, man. You know what I'm saying? If judgment came today and the Lord decides to shut down America, like when the shutdown came in 2020, guess what? We was found doing the work, man.
Right.
We were doing the work. And brothers, we good. I saved up more money than ever during the damn pandemic, man. Saved up a lot of money. Lord took care of us.
Hey, Apostle Paul said, I count all things done to obtain YAHAWASHI.
That's right.
That means nothing in this world had a price over being counted worthy of being YAHAWASHI's servant.
Yeah.
He called himself a prisoner of YAHAWASHI.
Yeah.
A prisoner can only do the will of the warden.
Right.
A prisoner can't say, you know what, I'm about to hop out of jail real quick and fuck off. I'll be back real quick. No.
Right.
Anything that a prisoner does is off allowance by the warden.
And you got this mercy.
Right. Even the men that the Lord come back and find so doing, the scriptures say even them, the elect, gonna be scarce when he saves, man. But so how many more people that are not doing when he comes back?
But you know the thing about that is that we are consciously choosing to be prisoners.
Yeah.
It's not like we got no choice. I mean, yeah, you can stop doing the work and see how that goes, but we are consciously choosing to be in that prisoner mind state, man.
Yeah.
When you make an effort to say, all right, I'm gonna take my prison clothes off, that's when you are subject to Satan.
Right.
That's when Satan becomes your warden.
That's right, brother.
I got that.
You got this rock too? Yeah, give me a Proverbs 1:7, man.
Sirach first.
This rock.
This is Ecclesiasticus of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord Yahawah, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Right, prepare your soul for temptation, man. Because the longer you in this thing, and the more level you come on, the more tumultuous it gets, man. You get more tempted. You got certain things that come against you and it make you want to do shit out of character. You know, certain fetishes or lust you may have in the spirit. You know, money or career can be a big thing for certain jakes in this thing, you know. Especially when you don't come from money and you make it, let's just say if you touch 250 bands from a career, that money you touching every so often or throughout the week, you maybe bringing home 3-4 bands a week. Shit, they say, hey, I might need you to work overtime on Saturdays. That's a guaranteed $3,000 in one day. You may say, you know what, shit, I want to go make that money real quick.
Right.
I'll come back to that, then that week gonna turn into a month, and then before you know it, your priorities will be displaced, man.
Yeah, right. 'Cause a lot of you guys don't realize when that money demon, man, it don't really matter how much you make. You ever ask yourself how a guy like Elon Musk or Bill Gates, when they made $100 million, most people would be like, I quit.
I'm done.
But do they ever quit? No. They go home and make $100 million, $500 million, $1 billion, $10 billion. Why do they keep going? Because that's a demon on them, man.
Money got a demon on
It's a demon. It don't really matter how much you make. You could be a $100 millionaire. That money demon is on you, man. It could be $100,000 a year. It could be $500 million a year. But that money demon, it jumps on you, man. It's on you. That's a demon.
Yep.
Hey, well, we got a right hand money demon on us.
Yeah.
The spiritual shepherd.
Spiritual shepherd, yeah.
Hey, right. Hey, hopefully, man, brothers are probably millionaires right now in the
God.
spirit. You know?
What Jay-Z say, I tell you the difference between me and them. They trying to get them ones, I'm trying to get them M's.
Yeah, we putting that money, you know, you got a paycheck every Saturday. We come out, shave off, $20, put it in compound interest in the kingdom, man.
Yeah. Well, y'all don't know what type of works the Lord got you stored up for the Lord, man. That's why it's good to really focus on this thing, man. And really, it's ultimately about praying because, like the apostles always say, they say, look, no matter what you do, you ain't of the elect, you ain't of the elect. It boils down to if you of the elect or not. So if you're not of the elect, you're going to have certain shit that's going to make you fall. Yeah. No matter how much straight you try to walk and you try to go this way or that way, the Lord got that big pothole. You know, on the Mario games, man, you remember the big pits? Like some of the shit you just couldn't jump over. Like, how the hell do you get in there? You got to learn a cheat code and shit.
And I don't know, vice versa, man. I was watching a video earlier on the elders dead. Like the chaotic origins of Judah, man. About how everything went wrong. He tried to promise his wife, his son, a woman, didn't marry her. Then she became a whore. Then he ended up popping the whore. Then he almost put her to death. And you know what? Out of all of that chaos, the chosen lineage of Judah came through that woman, man. Because ultimately, that was where the lineage was supposed to be chosen from, despite the controversy of it all.
It wasn't looking promising for Jake, man.
Right.
Because when you look at Jake, man, hey, our people, they're fuck up, man.
Right.
That's why the scriptures say when the nations, they wag they fan their hand at us. Like, we understand, like, somewhat through a particular dynamic, these could be the chosen people, but really, are these really the Israelites?
Yeah.
Who's called themselves that? And on one thing, look at these niggas, man.
Right. They make great points, but how could it really be them?
It can't really be them because they would never be in this type of condition. But if you understood the Holy Scriptures, you would know this is the condition we're going to be in, man.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, though, the Lord is going to say, like, bro, you've been in New York City, Chicago, same shit. You have some of the most craziest situations, man. Look, once a week, somebody used to jump in front of the L train out here. Once a week. Yeah. To this day, somebody's getting fucked up. Now, I used to take the subway home from work because it's too much to park downtown Chicago. I was on the fucking North Avenue bus going up north to the west side, and it was this one Jake walking in the street with his pants down, pissing on himself, man. Shit coming out. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And you look at these people, like, damn, these are the Lord's people. But it said they would be in that condition.
Yeah.
But it makes sense because these are the people he's gonna clean up.
Yeah. Yeah, that nigga he saw gonna be calling shots, so all you other heathen in the kingdom, man.
Yeah. Because low
can't
key,
fathom that, though.
He's a king.
Yeah.
Low key, he's a king. The scriptures say, I saw the rich sitting as servants and the servants as princes upon horses, man.
Right.
You know?
This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
Constantly endure, man. And constantly endure. It's a fight to the finish. Okay? Because, like I said, it gets hurt. It gets tiring. You start having the thoughts, man. That's when your mortal flesh kicks in. You start asking yourself, like, man, like, I don't know if I got what it takes to bring it out. You forget precepts. You forget breakdowns. You don't think you was solid no more. But when you come out here, the exercise shows, like, yeah, man, we doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, we still got it, man.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah. And make not haste in the time of trouble.
First thing you do when you get your ass whooped, God, get me out of this situation, please. But we never stop and ask ourselves, hey, Lord, give us the strength to endure it. Like Bruce Lee said it. He said, don't ask God for an easy life, but ask for the strength to endure a hard one. Because a hard life, it breeds men. It breeds a man of callousness, man. Because when you come into Jacob's trouble, you got to be hard, man. You got to be cold-blooded. That means that the shit you're going through now, you got to use that as a learning method to be cold in that day. Because you may see the woman you love very much that broke your fucking heart, but you may come across her in Jacob's trouble, and she may come to you begging for forgiveness, and the Lord gonna say, well, look, what you gonna do? The Lord gonna put all the offenses before you and say, hey, what you gonna do? She committed adultery on you, she betrayed you, she went back into the world, she did X, Y, and Z. Are you gonna let your love and the way she moans in bed make you bitch up and forgive her? Or you gonna say, fuck this bitch? And that's just an example, man. And you gotta be in the spirit to really do that, man. Because as men now, off the fact that you in love with somebody, you gonna take them back. Like, nah, I'll take you back. But no, man, fuck all that. You gotta be in a cold spirit. That's why we going through hell now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that makes you a better judge.
Yeah.
Because one thing about a judge, they impartial. All they know is the law.
Yeah.
They don't put their personal feelings when it comes into the judgment. What the law says is what goes. And that's why bro said that's what the Most High doing to us now.
Yeah,
He taking all of our feelings out of this shit, man.
Because a judge supposed to have integrity, man. A judge supposed to, like you said, he's supposed to judge the law over himself. You may love a person or do X, Y, and Z, but like, nah, they done this and that to you. You just like, look, man, I love you, but I can't. It's just a limit that I can't go beyond.
Right.
And betraying the Lord is not one that we should be willing to do.
Yeah.
You know.
Verse 3, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Right. Because, hey, through hell, you grow, you learn. You know, you grow, you get better. And you ask yourself, you say, well, damn, you know, I felt better in the spirit. I feel like I'm handling things a lot more better. It may don't feel like it when you're going through your particular trials or afflictions. You know, like if you lose a job you've had 20, 30 years, or you lose a house or whatever, or you lose a kid. Let's say if your woman, or let's say if your kid, you lose your kid in a custody battle. That's a hard pill for a lot of brothers to swallow because they're very close with their children. But are you going to let that stop you from serving the Lord? And are you going to let that make you stronger? Or are you going to say, you know what? I understand, like Paul said, through all things I lose, I gain for Hamashiach, and I count all things dung for the Lord, man. Because in the back of your mind, you say, well, look, I lost my baby, but I'm going to get her back. Same thing, prime example, you go to 2 Maccabees, the 7th chapter, when the men was being tortured, she said that I know that the Spirit of the Lord would receive you back into me again.
Right.
You see, because she knew, she understood through faith. That's why there was boldness until they died. Yeah. But if you have that wavering spirit and you don't believe that, then you will compromise, man.
Yeah, right. That's the type of hope you will never discover in the world.
Nah.
You will never discover that type of hope going to college, hanging around thoughts, hanging around niggas. You will never hear that type of hope.
Right.
But when you come into the spirit and you start supping with the spirit, now start open up your mind to the possibilities. Cause brothers, hey, being honest, death, when you come into the truth, that's really a light thing. Cause you understand reincarnation, man.
Yes.
You understand that YAHAWASHI priest of the resurrection of the dead, man.
Gone. Yeah, and you brothers that struggle with that death demon, you got to get over that, man. I mean, shit, that's part of the scripture. Say it was the sentence of all men that they died. I constantly meditate on that death thing. Like, you know, when I watch movies and shit, I watch everything from a spiritual eye. You're curious almost, like, damn, what it's like to go to the spirit world. Like, I was watching Minister Society this morning, and you notice, like, that movie was so spiritual, bro. If you really look at it, as grimy as it was, the whole time the nigga was narrating the movie, he was literally on his death. He was literally dying. He was dying.
Okay, yeah.
When he was narrating, he was literally flashing back on his life.
Yeah.
And you know, the scriptures tell you that in Isaiah 6, when you get ready to die and when the Lord lift that veil over you, you see everything for what it is. But when he got shot, when he said now it's too late, you can literally see his spirit leaving his body. And he was afraid because he was like, oh shit, where I'm gonna go. But see, you put yourself in that mindset, like what if you was in that predicament? How would you fare with that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How would you fare with it? How would you react to it? Would you be afraid? Or would you just be like, oh shit, you know? But you know what the scriptures say about death.
Right. A lot of that fear comes from the unknown.
Yeah.
Most people are afraid of things that they don't understand. And if you're not rooted in the scriptures to understand what death is, then you're gonna bitch up in that day, man. You'd be willing not to sell out a family member to not die.
Yeah.
You'd be willing to forsake your YAHAWASHI just so you can not die.
Yep.
But when you understand what death is, man, you
What you taking video for? Fuck you, man.
Get your ass out and deal, you
Bitch ass-
punk ass nigga.
bitch ass nigga.
Come out here and deal then.
Just, you see, Jake, man.
And you got red
Red
dreads.
dreadlocks when I call us
Now,
Pharisees
how much
and
you want to bet
scribes.
this nigga?
But
Fuck that
but this
guy,
bitch ass nigga ain't coming out and deal.
Right.
Fucking clown. You know what, man?
Man,
Hey, Shalak Rayam
you-
to your
Yeah.
bitch ass. May the Most High
Fucking Jake,
shoot
man.
your.
Yes.
You know what? I'm not even trying to get all quote unquote hateful.
Yeah.
But that's the problem with that. That's why I don't like niggas, man. That's why we say fuck you 230. Now we finna curse you niggas out,
Yeah,
man.
man.
We just trying to give you niggas a break this week. We just trying to give you niggas a break this week. But now all of a sudden you got the redhead, call the scribes and Pharisees. Okay, wait. Okay, but hey, was the scribes and Pharisees all wicked? No, they wasn't.
No.
All of them wasn't wicked. Okay, you had zealots that followed the Lord, man.
Right.
You had Matthews, which was a publican, which was a tax collector, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
You had Simon as zealot,
Nicodemus.
Cornelius.
Cornelius,
man.
He was in the Roman army.
He was of the Italian band, man, of the military.
Yeah. Paul had a high level before he came in.
But see, them the niggas that's gonna come against us and they gonna get slaughtered, man.
Yeah. Bitch ass dude.
Right. They're fucking. Yo, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWAH to these niggas, man.
That's right.
Go ahead, Ab.
Go ahead.
This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 4. Whatsoever is brought up on thee, take cheerfully.
And you know what? He's probably one of them wicked ass nigga Israelites that know he's an Israelite, but scared to go out to the streets.
Yeah.
To one that's simple women. Y'all can't be talking about the white man. But you remember we dealt with that a long time ago. Them guys was coming against us because we was speaking out against Esau. Y'all prophesying against the white man. He gonna roll on us. Well, what the scriptures say, man? The scriptures say that the devil gonna come down with great wrath.
Yeah. Yeah. God.
Yeah, he's a comment board YouTube.
Comment board YouTube,
No
nigga.
works.
Yeah, he's probably a half a red pill nigga, man.
Right. That
Red
nigga
dreadlocks.
found out who the Hebrew Israelites was 2 weeks ago when IUIC started
Yeah,
marching.
now he's deep.
Now he's Pharisees all of a sudden.
Keep going,
Sirach
man.
chapter 2, verse 4.
Let you niggas hinder us, man.
Whatsoever is brought up on thee, take cheerfully,
Yeah.
and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Things like that. We gotta take cheerfully. That's slander.
I love it though because you gonna post it and post it, man. Because when you post our videos and our pictures, that lets us know we doing the right thing.
Right.
Because all you people talk, you know, the good thing about when people got a conception about you is when they all proven wrong at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because what make us so wicked for trying to teach this right here?
Yeah, trying to wake up
This is for our people right here, man. This is for you.
Right.
This is a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah. Yeah, the scribes are not in the same spirit to suffer in and day out.
No.
They were about making money. They were about making themselves higher than what they really were. That's what they were about, man. They were remnants of the Hasmonean dynasty that got comfortable, man. Started changing the law, you know, manipulating things to make them look better than what they really were, you know. And when YAHAWASHI came on the scene, they couldn't deal with it, man.
Yeah. This is a quick one. This Revelation 14, verse 3. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the beast and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
That's right, man. Only the elect can learn the song, and that's why you have a problem with what we're saying, because you couldn't learn the song.
Yeah.
You in the studio talking about kick the beat, and nigga, the spirit ain't give you the lyrics to go with it, man.
Yeah. You niggas tone deaf, man.
Yeah.
They say these are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins.
Virgins, and that's not talking about physical sex. That's talking about inducing with different doctrines, because the scriptures goes into, I believe it may be in Romans, if I'm not mistaken. It's a while since we brought it out, but basically the scriptures goes into, you go to faith until you find the real understanding. Because before we was defiled with women, because we was into different philosophies. Certain brothers was Kemetic, certain brothers was Muslim, certain brothers was Christian, certain brothers gangbang. You know, whatever religious sect you believed in, and you elevated it. Yeah. But when we came into the faith of understanding, and this is talking about the ones that made it, that didn't go off. Because you're going to have people that's going to come up and try to convince you that this is not the truth, man. You know?
They say these are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
Right. Hey, I remember a while back, they was like, well, that can't be y'all because y'all talking about women. Y'all got women and girls and sex and all that. That's not talking about that, man. That women, that doctrine, that's talking about different philosophies. Because remember, wisdom is equated to a woman, man. And the reason why the Most High equated wisdom to women, and we can get that in Sirach if you want, but the reason why the Most High created wisdom to a woman or compared it is because of the relationship that you have with it, man. Yeah, and the virtuousness of wisdom. Because when you do wisdom right, it will never depart from you. It keeps elevating.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, go ahead.
And the nigga that come by with red dreads talking shit does not follow the Lamb whither he goeth.
No,
and he definitely not a virgin, man.
Follow his ass where he go.
And it makes sense, because there's levels to the thing, man. We're the woman promised to YAHAWASHI, and wisdom is the woman that was supposed to be given to us, man.
Yeah.
You know?
It say Revelation 14 and 4, these are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and unto the Lamb. Verse 5, and in their mouth was found no guile,
Yeah.
For they are they are without fault before the throne of the Most High.
Right. Because if you ask that guy, what was his reason for coming by and videotaping us? If you were to ask him a real reason how we are a scribe and a Pharisee, he couldn't tell you shit, man.
He's gonna get emotional. Well, y'all say this and that, y'all curse out women, y'all talk about the white man is the devil, all emotional, man.
Yeah, you don't have nothing, man. You listen to Christian pastors that put this idea in your head, man. You know? He probably the nigga thinking like, oh, they ain't even got a logo. Let me take a picture of them.
Hey, I can't get over that
They
shit.
so wicked, they don't have a logo.
Hey,
That's how they think. That's how the devil thinks, man. That's how Satan thinks. That's how you know that we're the men of the Lord, man. I'm not saying every brother in this particular camp, but that's how you know the right spirit is on the men of Great Millstone, man. You niggas are worried about logos and how you looking for the men. Really, you just want to please Esau.
That's right.
Here we got niggas that sold out. You got niggas that say you can do it in the butt. You got men that don't go out and teach.
Yeah.
Men catching bodies in other congregations, sleeping with trannies, by the way.
Yeah.
But yet, because we don't have a logo, we're the wickedest camp. But you know what? We embrace that.
Yeah.
Because no matter what we do, the men of the Great Millstone can raise every dead body up that ever died in Babylon through spiritual power, and y'all still call us a bunch of demons, man.
Right. And you know what it really is? It's really jealousy, man. Because look how many people we're reaching without multi-million-dollar marketing campaigns. All right, without gimmicks, without certain words, without being boosted in the YouTube algorithm. The word is still getting out, man.
Yeah,
you still got
right.
fruit all over the world. That's what you're really mad about.
Right.
And the men that don't have the gimmicks to do it.
Right. Without a logo, nigga.
And this is the ultimate story that the Lord deals with the lowly. Then the Lord said, I will use the foolish to confound the wise. Because look, we got on sackcloth, but we ain't got on no fancy garments up here, man.
Yeah.
We ain't out here with no marches. We ain't got no big banner. We out here with a 12 tribes of Israel sign. We got the signs and the scriptures, man. And we're making an impact, and they don't understand it.
Right.
Because you other camps and you other groups and you Christian churches, you have to have gimmicks behind your madness. We don't. We come up here and we teach the word, man.
Right.
Like we convinced a Christian woman in a wheelchair that one day she could probably be healed. She sat there and listened the whole hour of camp, man.
Yeah.
Breaking the scriptures down to her, and she didn't gainsay nor scoff, man.
Right. That's why the word is likened unto seeds a lot of times.
Yeah.
A lot of times, you ain't gonna see no big miracle pop up right in front of you.
Nah.
You just gonna say the word, they gonna move on, and later on, that thing is gonna come to fruition, man.
It's gonna go. It's gonna spread.
This is Proverbs chapter 1. I'm gonna start at verse 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, and to the young man knowledge and discretion. See, that's what the spirit of power YAHAWASHI does for us, man.
Yeah.
Because, you know, before we came into this truth, we was simple. We was real simple, man.
Simple as hell.
You was out there eating Burger King double stacks.
Yeah. Bacon on it. Extra bacon.
Jake got a lineup with a chin strap, man.
Yeah.
I was looking at some pictures, man. I was like, damn, I had a fucking chin strap, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's when you get out of all you handsome, this and this and that.
Yeah.
Man, fuck all that
Fresh
shit,
line
man.
up.
Fresh line of Jake had waves and shit, man.
Yeah, I had the Nike check back in the day, man.
Yeah. And that shit look weird when you look at it now. You're like, that's off as hell, man.
Right.
Because it feels natural with a whole beard on your face. You know, you feel like, all right,
Yeah.
you embrace it.
Yeah. But that shows you this is an act of public service, man.
Yeah.
That's service right there. And what do we get for it? Niggas like this driving by.
Yeah. And that subtlety goes into just, craftiness.
Yep.
But you get that when you a Jake, man. You learn how to maneuver through the world. You're not just being duped down by everything you see on TV, everything you read on the news, man. You know how to maneuver. You know how to take out the meat and throw out the bones, man. But it say to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment and equity. Verse 4. To give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. You have young Israelite men, in their 20s, that's able to go into revelation, man. Things that these old ass Christian pastors would never make sense if they broke it down.
Shit, you got Yaquab, man. He came into the camp when he was 12, man.
Yeah.
We had Yaquab at 14, was going into second naturals, man.
Yeah.
Breaking this shit down. I'm like, I had to scratch my head like, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, that's the spirit of the Lord, man.
Yeah.
All off of YouTube video.
Yep.
It say, It say a wise man will hear and increase learning. A man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels.
Yep.
See? Because that's why the Lord had a brotherhood around, man.
Yeah.
We not just around to throw money on a fifth and put money on the 100-piece of chicken, man.
Yeah, right.
We around to help guide each other through this wicked, evil world, man.
Right.
See?
And you know what, man? That's why you gotta take heed, man. When the scriptures say, don't do anything before a righteous counsel first. If you're having a perverse thought or some wickedness or some folly, first thing you need to do is hit up a brother, man. And when you make it up in your mind that you want to do what you want to do, then you forsook the Lord, man. You took matters into your own hand, and the Lord gonna give you up to that. If I'm feeling like doing some fuck shit, and I mean, certain things you may think you may get away with, certain things will be within your right to go handle as a man. But that's on you if you get caught out there. But when it comes to like capital punishment type shit, that's when you gotta start saying like let's say if this brother say, you know what, brother, I'm broke, man. I'm finna go hit a liquor store up. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You really finna go that route to sin, to line your pockets when you got a whole network of brothers? $100, you get $100 from 5 brothers or 10 brothers, you back in the game right there. Rent paid, you know.
I'm gonna rob the plug.
They go hit up fucking Conoco, man.
Right.
Oh man.
It say Proverbs 1 verse 5. A wise man will hear and increase learning.
Yeah.
A man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels.
Yes, sir.
To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. The fear of the Lord, YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, is the beginning of knowledge.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But fools despise wisdom and instruction.
Yeah, man. In the beginning, that fear is so important, man. Because the first thing niggas start to do when they start doing some wickedness, they forget about the terror of the Lord, man. If the terror of the Lord was at the forefront of your mind, you would never go off. But when a lot of guys go off, man, they forget, man. That's why I say the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. It don't matter what your situation is, man. You gotta always fear the Lord at all times, man. He can fuck you up in any scenario. And you gotta remember that we're paying back a debt that really can't be paid back.
Yeah.
It's really mercy, man. We don't have it, man.
Yeah.
You in debt $1 million and you make $30,000 a year, man. You ain't gonna pay that money back, man.
Yeah. No. Yeah. We in
It's a forgiveness. That's what you gotta remember, man. You gotta move accordingly. You gotta always remember that the fear of the Lord can always punch your clock, man.
Yeah, because when you look at Esau, he don't forgive debt. Like they got this whole thing with the student loan shit, debt forgiveness. They saying that's illegal
they
now.
trying to take that away.
Yeah, like nah, because but the Lord ultimately forgives your debt. Because like the brother said, we don't have it. Like Paul said it. He said if a man think him to be something, he is nothing. You know, and I dare not to make that stuff of thy number, because you don't know. You don't know what type of offenses you got on the Most High. You don't know what you've done in your past life. You could have been an idolater or something. You could have been an adulterer, or you could have been a man that killed the prophets.
Yeah.
And the Lord let you taste of this knowledge just to see why you fucked up.
Right.
You killed the men of the Lord, and the Lord let you come into the truth and see your guilt and fuck your ass up.
Yeah.
Now, Paul, it was mercy with him, because Paul was doing it out of ignorance and he thought he was doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Remember, Paul came under a renowned scribe by the name of Gamaliel, which studied the law. So they was very zealous of that. So when anybody that came against the law, Paul was basically like a vigilante on top of that shit.
Yeah.
He was very sorrowful for. He said, I persecuted the men of the Lord, X, Y, and Z. And that's why the Most High put certain afflictions on him, man. He put that thorn in his side, which he didn't specify which disease it was, but he put that thorn in his side, and Paul prayed to the Lord 3 times to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And the Lord said, no, man, my grace is sufficient for thee, but I'm fully made through the weakness, through strength, roughly paraphrasing, man.
Yeah.
So, no, Paul had to suffer his persecutions too as a man,
Right.
of doing what he did. But those of you guys that come into this thing, man, and the Lord have hatred for you, he'll let you come in. He'll let you take about 10 wings, you know, eat chicken and shit, a couple of fifths, shots, and some, music, cry with the brothers and shit. And you'll do something stupid, and the Most High say, you know what? Either this is for your correction to build you up, or I'm done.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah. Because example, you got that dude down there in Florida.
Yeah.
He going out the brothers' report, he was talking shit on brothers. You know what I'm saying? Putting an evil name on the camp when he was in the camp. He didn't feel guilty about leaving. He went back into the world, and guess what? Mosai smoked his ass, man. He ran into a fucking tree.
Yeah, balled him up, man. They had to, I think they said the wreck was so bad to the point they probably had to cut you out the damn car, man. You know?
It is. That's why I say don't play with the Lord, man.
Do not play with the Lord, man. Do not play with the Most High, man. The Lord called him the king of terrorists, man.
Right.
Stop playing with YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, man.
Yeah.
Straight up.
That's why the scriptures say it's better that you never knew the knowledge, man. For you to come in and then still be wicked, man.
What you got?
Brother got more on that. I had more on this rock.
I'm getting it.
Get that in what it tell you. It says that the Lord will bring upon them their delusions, their fears. I think that's in Isaiah. Yeah, 66. Yep. I will choose their illusions. Yep. If you got something, you can bring that out first.
This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 5. It says, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him." This kind of goes back into what the brother was saying earlier, man. If you believe in the Lord, man, he's going to help you, man. It don't matter how dire the circumstance is, man. You know, you got to believe in the Lord and trust him. Your spirit and your heart got to be right in this thing, man. We're going to be put in predicaments, man, that's going to seem like impossible. Was not Abraham in the same predicament when he was asked to sacrifice his son Isaac? And the Lord revealed it to him, man. The right thing to do, but you know what? He was willing to sacrifice his spirit and his mind was in the right place. See, you know what? The Lord came through for him.
But with Abraham, it was a hell of a situation because he had to leave the land of Ur the Chaldees, which was wickedness there, man.
Yeah.
For him to leave a land like that and come to the land known as Israel today and sojourn there, that was a heavy step because they looked at it like, wait, aren't you the son of terror? What are you talking about this whole Hebrew shit? Like, what are you doing, man?
Right,
and then when they came and wanted to take him and his wife, he had to basically supplant them, man. Which proved that Abraham was an Israelite in the spirit. Yeah. Because he had to supplant their ass, man.
Right. Yeah, wicked ass with that Hamite trying to pop his
wife. Yeah. You know? and honestly speaking, man, and brothers, pay attention. The Lord, see, the Most High is cold, man. The Lord will put you in certain predicaments or certain shit he just won't let you go through with. If he know, because the Lord knows us better than ourselves. He'll know like, nah, nigga, you're not strong enough to handle that. So let me go ahead and intervene to get you out of the way of that before you do something that's gonna fuck yourself up.
Right.
That's how cold our power is, man.
Yeah.
You know, certain things you will go through because you can deal with it, but if it's like something that the Lord knows is a detriment to you, the Lord gonna deviate that shit like, nah, bro, you ain't even gonna do that. I ain't gonna let you do it if you want to.
Save you from that verse here. It says, verse 7. It says, verse 7, ye that fear the Lord, verse 7, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy. So the ones that fear the Lord are going to have enough fear to wait, even though it's a situation you might want to put hands on a brother, not a brother, but some nigga out in the world.
I ain't never want to put hands on a brother, but shit, if it get that far, then that means that it's some serious talking.
Yeah, Slocky, not brother, but you know, people out in the world, maybe your woman. But it says the ones that fear the Lord are going to wait for the Lord, man. You're not going to take matters into your own hands if you really fear the Lord. All right? It says, and go not aside lest ye fall, man. All right? So if you go outside and waiting for the Lord, man, you're going to fall. Why? Because everything, the Lord has ordered everything, man.
Right.
Without question.
Yeah.
Without question. He ordered it all, man. So who are you to fuck up and say I'm going to take matters into my own hands?
Like Lord made a sidewalk right here. Why walk in the fucking street when you got a sidewalk right here?
Right.
Lord said if you'll fall, man. You got a better chance of being safe walking this sidewalk to get across the street than walking across the street.
Yeah.
That's pride and that's simplicity, man.
Right.
Now ultimately men not having control. The scriptures say he that ruleth this city, ruleth his spirit is one that taketh the city.
Yeah.
Now, that's not easy, man. Look, I'll be the first to tell you that I've had outlashes and got into situations, man, but they was within the realm of control. You know what I'm saying? But when you gonna do something that you know that's out of your power to do it, Lord, like, look, man, you can't be dealing with that. Because let's just say, Jake get into with they women all the fucking time. You go upside your woman's head, that's your business. I ain't a brother to tell you can't do it. That's your business. I just tell you look, be careful with it.
Right.
You may run up to your woman and want to confront her. You may want to choke her ass out and say, look, bitch, stop fucking playing with me. But then again, you may just like, you know what? It ain't even that deep. I'm going to tell you how I feel, then fuck you after that, man.
Right.
If you don't get it then, what's the point of me beating your ass and making you get it? Because you ain't going to do nothing but scoff and buck up and despise me. I'm going to be the typical, stereotypical. I'm going to be of the stereotype of black men.
Right.
It's like, what good is, yeah, the bitch need her ass kicked. She need to get put in place. But it just like, still like, man, is it really worth it?
Yeah.
If I can't talk to you and get it through you, then I got to put my hands on you now? No. Now, shit do happen at the spur of the moment. Sometimes disrespect, that shit just get handled right then and there. You got men that live with their women, and a woman might buck up, he may grab her, throw her on the bed, whatever, they talk. But it's all within the realm of love. But even then, it's just like, come on, man, I'm not even finna give that shit my energy no more.
Right.
If I can't talk to you as being a sound mind, then, hey, we don't need to be doing like that.
Yeah, because you got to remember, this whole thing is a prison sentence, man.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to handle, we're not allowed to be men, really.
You're not.
You can't handle your woman the way she should be handled, you know? And if the Lord, and ultimately, man, you're going up against what the Lord ordained just for you to come back and pray to the Lord to help you anyway, man.
Yeah.
If you go out there and do some shit you shouldn't have done, man, you're just going to come back to the Lord and pray anyway, ask him to deliver you out of it. It's like, why did you step out of bounds to begin with, you know?
Man, you got to seek him 10 times.
Right. Last verse. It says, verse 8, ye that fear the Lord, believe in him, and your reward shall not fail.
Yeah, and part of that reward is seeing the judgment upon your enemies, man. Because we got to understand, man, the Lord can give people way 10 times worse than what we can do.
Yeah.
We only men. We're dealing with a power that can set these people up to get in a car crash and leave them like a pancake, man.
Yeah, God.
We're dealing with a power that can strike motherfuckers with lightning.
Yeah.
The Most High open up holes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He could have your enemy run into a Dahmer type nigga, man.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Nah,
You
not
see?
at all.
That's why we always let YAHAWASHI fight our battles in all things, man.
Yeah. Like what's that Moabite or whatever? He got hit by that big
By the
ass
TV.
TV.
Yeah.
That was a precision strike right there.
I can't
man.
do that.
And they was on some Momo shit. You see the way they was gyrating?
Yeah.
The Lord, he went right at the precise, and the angel dropped the TV on it. That shit was probably like a 100-inch flat
Yeah.
screen.
Oh, man, bigger than that.
Like 200-300, man. Crushed his damn skull, man.
Hey, through the spirit, man, you end up looking like Wile E. Coyote, man. Wile E. Coyote, man, he'll spend the whole episode setting up a trap for the Roadrunner.
Yeah.
Don't do shit to the Roadrunner, but all the shit that he set up, he fucked himself up on, man.
Well, he done gave Acme Acres like 100 fans by now.
That's what it's like trying to take vengeance in your own hands, man. When you take vengeance in your own hands, you on a Wile E. Coyote type shit, man.
Yeah. And you look goofy as hell, man.
That's what they call it.
Wile E. Coyote look goofy every episode, man.
Yeah.
Look like
That's why the scriptures speak about patience, man. That's why patience is such a very, very, very important virtue to have, man. Because a lot of guys are just gonna fall out for a lack of patience, man. They're not even gonna do nothing wicked per se.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do nothing wicked according to the law. But that lack of patience in the right time is just gonna,
Right,
you know?
right. Find that when it says because your patience, roughly paraphrasing, it says. Matter of fact, Luke 21 says your possession, but it's another one too. It says that because patience basically failed, roughly paraphrasing it. It says men lose faith, they lose patience. Because this truth is all about patience, brother. It's all about patience. Like the hardest thing of this faith, brothers, is being tested and waiting for the Lord to act. Because then the scriptures say, matter of fact, I'm gonna get that real quick. Y'all brothers got precepts, go and bring them out, but I'm gonna pull this in Zephaniah real quick. Zephaniah 3, and I'm gonna start at verses Zephaniah 3, and I'm gonna start at verses 5. It says, the just Lord is in the midst of thereof. He would not do iniquity, and every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust know no shame. So, hey, the Lord's judgment is already set up. And now it may not happen when we want, you know, and we say, look, the Lord gonna bring judgment on you. This person may go and be the top district attorney, get married, have kids, while you sit in the back, fucked up. And then back in their mind, they ain't thinking about you. Like, nigga, you say I was gonna die, but yet I got a whole family now behind you while you sitting there miserable teaching. That's the indignation and the cross you gotta bury being in this thing. That your enemies are winning over you right now. That's the big pill of humility to swallow in his faith, man. That people that done you in, that fuck with your mind, hurt you, whatever, caused bodily harm, stole from you, you gotta deal with the fact that these people may live a good life. You gotta deal with that, man. But let's see what the scriptures say. And it says, verses 7, it says, I said, surely thou wilt fear me, thou wilt receive instruction, so that dwelling should not be cut off. However, I punished them, but they rose early and corrupted all their doings. Verse 8, but therefore wait ye upon me, says Yahawah, until the day that I rise up to the prey. Okay? It says, wait ye on me, says the Lord, man. So waiting on the Lord. And when you wait, it's because you have patience. Patience, man. Patience, patience, patience. That's a big thing. We got to practice patience, man. It's not easy. Trust us. Every day, man, hey, we ask the Lord, look, put me on the threshing floor. We want the Lord to bring judgment now.
Yeah. Nah.
But let's just say if the Lord brought judgment now, are we really ready?
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, man. Psalm 27, verse 12. It says, deliver me not unto the will of mine enemies, for false witnesses are risen up against me, and that such breathe out cruelty.
Right, so I mean, you could do something that's not even off, but the fact that this ministry is getting so much attention, okay, the whole black, when they say the black Hebrew Israelites, you already know they on some folly right there.
Yeah.
That means that anything you do, you could piss on a toilet stool by accident, and they gonna leave that, hey, you see, that's what a black Hebrew Israelite would do. He would piss on a toilet and leave a stain there. He needs to be locked up.
Right.
That's anti-Semitism.
Right.
I mean, pissing on my toilet seat is anti-S, and that's just an example.
Yeah.
You know?
At the same time, they're teaching your kids that a man can give birth. You know?
Oh, well, they showed it in the video, man. They showed that basically the trannies, they're promoting happy hour among kids.
Yeah, yeah.
And you got this Oscar the Grouch looking dude come out the garbage can with a furry rod with trash on it, man. And your little 2-year-old toddler go up and fondle it, play with it.
Explain what's going on.
You know what I'm saying? And they break it down with, look, this is new age. This is what we got to do.
Come on, aggressive. Yeah. You're the bigot. You're the one filled with hate. You know?
Yeah, I appreciate it. You still got somebody.
Look at more of that. This is Psalms 27, verse 13. It says, I have fainted unless I have believed to see the goodness of the Lord Yahawah in the land of the living.
Read that again.
That again, bro.
This is Psalms 27 and 13. I have fainted unless I have believed to see the goodness of the Lord Yahawah in the land of the living.
See, that means that, hey, that means that if he didn't have his faith, he would have fainted. He would have fainted because he knew, he understood. That's why the scriptures say you got to meditate on the precepts, man. Because you got to remind yourself that the Lord said he's going to come through for us.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because we know how, you know, on the left hand, we know how bad the Most High can fuck an individual up, man.
Yeah.
But in that knowledge, we also know how good the Most High could bless somebody, man.
Right.
How good the Most High could set you up. You understand? And even now doing this work, man, we would have been packed it up for the winter time if we didn't know how much YAHAWASHI was gonna bless us, man.
Right.
That's why we out here now. We was going into that being early. We got that right hand money deal. That spiritual shekels.
Yeah.
We know that shit gonna pay off, man.
That righteous Deontay Wilder dip in
Right.
his right hand. Hey, what the fuck he said that you got to dip in his right hand,
Right.
man.
Man, we know there's a payoff for this thing, man.
Yeah.
And if you wavering about that payoff, you gotta pray and let YAHAWASHI confirm your spirit, man.
Yeah.
Cause if you're not fully persuaded, we say let every man be persuaded in his own mind.
Yes, sir.
You gotta be persuaded about your belief, but you also gotta be persuaded about your reward, man. The kingdom of heaven is tangible. The kingdom of heaven is worth everything, man.
Right. Last verse 14. It says, wait on the Lord Yahawah, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord Yahawah.
What did they emphasize in what you just read, bro?
It says wait.
Wait. Now look up the word wait. In the Hebrew, man.
The word for wait is YAHAWAH. YAHAWAH. It means to wait, look for, hope, expect, collect, bind together.
Now, when we was down at the Lake of the Ozark with the elder brothers, we did something which is called an expected end. So what happens when you have an expected end? That means that you're anticipating something. Like right now, we've thrown all our cards, like they say, you put your eggs in one basket. We put all our eggs in the basket of this faith, man, because everything else has failed. So right now, we're just like, shit, this is clutch mode. Hey, you gonna shoot the jump shot, I'm gonna shoot it in this basket right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this is what we believe in. This is the only hope. Because if this is not it, then what else is there? So hopeful, man.
Yeah, the last hope.
This is that final knockout punch that we have left, man. Because all the punches we threw, we didn't win 12 rounds with a nigga and threw some good punches, but they still in the fight. So now, hey, I gotta depend on that left or that right as my final hope to get this nigga out the ring, man.
Yeah.
And this is what the truth is, man. I'm praying and we know through the spirit this gotta be it. If not, then what else is it?
Yeah. And you know what? Fuck it, man. So be it, man.
Yeah.
I already know through the spirit I'm doing the right thing. You know, all you guys that have the questions like, how do you know God exists and what if you're wrong? All these bullshit questions. Fuck it, man. People are wrong every day, man. But the spirit bear witness to what we're doing, man.
Yep.
You know?
Well, I got a precept. This is the book of Revelation 2:25. It says, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come. What is it talking about? This wisdom of understanding, man.
Yeah.
All right? And it says here, and he that overcometh, he keepeth my works to the end. That's that hope. Okay? Because you're not going to do anything with that much tenacity unless you have hope in it, man.
Yeah.
You have passion.
Yeah.
See, when you're teaching, people should see your passion in it, man. When you're teaching, people can determine if you in it or not. I've had people in the past that these are outsiders. They said, when I watch your camp videos, they said them guys, not you brothers, man. They said guys that was around me per se, they said, look, they ain't got the passion. They said, you have passion. They like, we can tell you're in it. Them guys that's with you, they just going through the motions. It took an outsider to tell me that. And then coincidentally, these men ain't with us no more.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? People can see your passion and your belief in this thing. Because you put the energy into it. Like when you look at certain rap artists or musicians, like Michael Jackson, as much hell as he caught, he believed in what he did.
Right.
You can see it.
Yeah.
He believed in what he did. When he did that moonwalk shit, he believed in that because that's what that's it.
It's almost like in his mind, he was almost like, look, I only weigh 10 pounds. And he just, it's like he weighed 10 pounds,
Mike
man.
probably had spiritual power on a low level, bro. That nigga, he tapped in, man.
Yeah, man.
You know?
You can see it on other artists too, like in the blues, it was heavy. Like B.B. King, man.
Yeah.
He would pick up a guitar and start singing, man. It'd be the same notes.
Hey,
But it's
Look
like
at Jimi Hendrix.
Hey, since we going into them examples, you know, bro, we going to this. Michael Jordan, man.
Yeah.
Going into the Utah Jazz series.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan knew in his mind when he did that sidestep. When he did that sidestep pull up for mid range,
Hit him with that. Bro,
he knew in his mind he was gonna hit that shit, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't a doubt of, oh, I might make this shit. I might win the game with this. No, it was in his spirit to say, this is game. This is it.
Yeah.
He knew it, though, didn't he? Mike knew it. He was going like, I got this.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
I had that shit on repeat so many times, bro. Like just watching that shit. When that happened back in 1998, the city of Chicago went nuts. You wouldn't have thought the Lord was coming to deliver us when that nigga hit that shot, bro. I mean, we went outside. I was probably like in a 6th grade then. Niggas was letting off shots and shit, man. You really thought the Lord was coming back.
Yeah.
Bro, because it was such a close series. You know, the Jordan did point shaving because it's gambling shit. But the fact when Mike hit, Bill Russell was on him. He had the ball to the left. And they go, oh, he studied it. Yeah, I'm from Chicago. I studied Michael Jordan because that's my favorite basketball player. So he came with the left, came here, he switched it over, pushed him off, and then he came up with the jump shot, then he let it go. Nigga went that way, he just saw the victory, man.
Yeah.
And that's how we gotta be in His faith.
Hey, but where did that confidence and that belief come from? It came from his work ethic.
Work
man.
ethic, yeah. Practicing.
He got it's a Michael Jordan quote. I did a video on when I first came into the truth. It's called "Work Ethic Eliminates Fear," man.
Yeah.
If Mike didn't put all that time into the gym, all that time being passionate about what he had, he wouldn't have had that same confidence when it came down to the line.
Yeah.
Same thing with us, man.
Practicing.
If we don't put in this time and be passionate about what we doing, you probably, if the Lord not with you, you won't have that confidence when it's time to take the MOTB.
You're gonna waver.
When it's time to go to the FEMA camp. See?
Hey, alright, perfect for you brothers, man. Now, just deal with what you just said.
Yeah.
Now, when y'all go to work, how many of you brothers look at the Edomites like you a piece of, like you beneath me, man? How do y'all brothers know they going down?
Mm-hmm.
When I go to work, man, I look at them fucking crackers, man. I'm like, man, you fucking people. I'm like, man, y'all just don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's that confidence in the Lord. It's like these people ain't gonna be ruling over us for too much longer.
Right.
You go to work, get your shekels, but at the end of the day, man, you look at them like I went out for my supervisor last week, man. This nigga, bro, he got mad at me because I had to leave a little, well, I wasn't even early. It was an 8-hour day. See, the job I do, you don't have an off time. It's a question mark. I'm like, well, look, I need to do a job that I know when I'm getting the fuck off. So I had to bounce around 3 o'clock, which is average. Like, bro, I've been here since 6. Like, give me a break. The nigga I was working with, the hunky I was working with, didn't understand the time. He was like, well, we can finish early if you want. We can be done by 12 o'clock. I'm like, look, let's at least get 8 hours out here. So he got caught up in some shit. I'm like, look, bro, I gotta go. You've been on this job, whatever. So I go to work the next day. My supervisor's like, well, I ain't got no work for you. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? You ain't got no work. I'm like, well, this is what you do next time. I said, I would appreciate it if you fucking text. And I said it just like this. I said, next time, text my phone before I come up here and waste my fucking time, man. I told him just like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why didn't you text me? He's like, well, I don't have. I said, nah, nigga, next time you want me to come in here, text me, man. And I walked off on his ass. Yeah, I'm like, cause you mad. I'm like, bitch, like, pussy, don't play with a man of the Lord like that, man.
Yeah.
And I put curses on his monkey ass. You know, and I looked at that devil right in his face. I'm like, look, dude, next time you decide to waste my time, text me before I waste my time coming up here. He didn't expect that Jake to come up better like that. Because all the niggas he got working for him is all docile and scared. Right. Nigga, I told you straightforward, I don't like you, bro.
Yeah.
I don't like none of you niggas, man.
Right. We're invested into a future kingdom as well, too.
Yeah.
We could give a damn whether or not this place makes it or not, man. You know?
Going back to John 16. This is John 16, verses 20. It said, verily, verily, I say unto you, that ye shall weep and lament, but the world shall rejoice, and ye shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy. And once again, going into that John 16:1, YAHAWASHI tells us these things so we don't be offended.
Right.
So when motherfuckers that do you dirty, man, like straight dirty, like wicked ass shit, and they get away with it, while you gotta sit there and feel that pain, bro, you were warned beforehand this was gonna happen, man. You were warned beforehand that you gonna be down bad while people is up cheering, turned up.
Yeah.
Read it again. John 16, verse 20. Verily, verily, I say unto you, that ye shall weep and lament. And that's a heavy spirit, weeping and lamenting. But the world shall rejoice. And ye shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy. A woman, when she is in travail, has sorrow because her hour is come. You see, now one thing about women, they get that what you call baby fever, man. You know, women they want babies, man. It's some in them to have that urge to have it. So once they get it, you know, once you pop them and let it off, and here go the time.
Yeah.
The one thing you've been waiting for, right? It say, a woman when she is in travail has sorrow because her hour is come. But as soon as she delivered of the child, She remembers no more the anguish
Right.
for the joy that a man is born in the world.
Yeah. Because when she had a baby, it's just like when it comes out, you see a reflection of yourself. You're like, oh shit, you happy about it, man. You know, I remember the first time I held my little daughter, bro. I was like, wow. I held her and I was like, wow, this is you. It was like a spit image. It's like, what the fuck, bro?
Right.
It's a joyous thing. But see, it gets bitter because the hell you got to deal with afterwards, man. You know, but in a perfect world, like the brother just read, man, you know, our joy is going to come, man. We're not going to always be on the down. We ain't going to always be, you know, a point or three behind in the fourth quarter, man.
Right.
We down 10 points with 10 seconds to go on the clock. Within those 10 seconds, hey, brother's going to come through the clutch. Brother going to throw the ball, he going to go up for the layup. Bam. Bro, I'm going to dish it off to you. No look, you're going to shoot the jumper.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to throw the oop to you. You're going to come and you're going to boom that bitch. Then, hey, you're going to come in, you're going to throw it to me. You put up behind the line, and I'm going to Steph Curry that bitch. And we're going to win, man.
Because the enemy gets sloppy in
Yeah.
the last minutes.
Yeah.
But going to that parable, you know, having a baby, that's one of the greatest joys these women experience in their life. But it comes with an excruciating pain. You ask a woman, one of the worst pains they experience is giving birth.
Yeah.
But they say the greatest joy is having a child.
Right.
That's where we at, man. We in that the hour right now of feeling that pain.
Right.
Yep.
Ah.
Sir.
And everything has a cost, man. Anything worth having is gonna come with a penalty, man. When the children of Israel told Samuel they wanted the king set over them, they're like, oh, we don't want judges, we want a king over us. What did they tell him? He said that king is gonna take horses from you. He's gonna take wives unto himself. He told you, man.
It's called count the cost.
You know?
Price.
Okay, you want a king. You don't want the Lord to deal with you this way. You want a king. Okay, this is gonna come. That's what's gonna come with it, man.
Well, I got a question. Now, is salvation free? Hell no, it ain't free. Now, the scriptures, truth is free.
Yeah.
The scriptures say, hey, look, the Lord said it. He said, look, man, hey, freely receive, freely give. Now, we give you this word for free, but it's going to come with the sacrifice, man. Everything comes through blood. See, the Lord requires blood atonement. That's how you sacrifice through blood. The whole point of YAHAWASHI redeeming the nation of Israel was through blood sacrifice, man. That's why the scriptures say that the servant is not greater than his Lord. Because the kingdom of heaven, give me that in, what is it, Acts, Romans 13, I think it says, through much tribulation you should enter the kingdom. I think it's in Acts. Through much tribulation, because it comes a sacrifice that you have to cut off. And you find me that parable where the scriptures say, if your right hand offend thee, pluck it off. That's all sacrifices, man, because, hey, you may have to give up certain things in order to get the Lord, man. But that comes with the sacrifice. That's that payment. We are telling you, you're paying for something, man. It's not free.
Yeah.
All right? Well,
It's Acts chapter 14, verse 21.
yeah.
It says that when they had preached the gospel to that city and had taught many, they returned again to Lystra and to Iconium and to Antioch. Verse 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith.
Right, continue in the faith, man. Exhorting them. When you exhort somebody, you're basically encouraging them to keep going. Whether it's through chastisement, brotherly counsel, but you're exhorting these people like, look, brother, I know it's hard, but you gotta fucking keep going. You gotta keep going, man. It's not worth it. Keep fucking going. It's gonna pay off, man. See, the men of the Lord of old understood the gift of salvation. They seen it. The Lord gave them visions. Now, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Jonah, these men all died without receiving the salvation of the Lord, man.
Yeah.
But they fought their entire lives being persecuted, being stoned, thrown in mire pits, being sawn asunder to obtain the blessing of the Lord that they would never acquire in their lifetime. That's what the Lord said. There'd be some of you that sit there that desire to see this. There have been men that was before you that desired to see the things which you see.
Many kings and prophets.
Yeah. Then you don't think the prophet Isaiah desired to be in this time right now, prophesying to get in a chariot? Yeah, he did. Because he's seen it. The men of the Lord of old seen us they seen our vision. They seen us out here. They probably seen brothers' faces and everything. They seen it, man. You know?
Yeah.
Like when you have a son that, you have a father that give his son an inheritance, when he say that he foresee everything, like watch the movie The Lion King. The whole time before Mufasa died, what was he doing to Simba? He was building him up. He told him, he said, you're going to be a future king, man.
Yeah.
He's seen it. He had that vision, that seer, man.
Yeah. Everything the light touches.
Yeah.
Is our kingdom. Very powerful, man. He's from a young cub.
Yeah.
He was breaking it down to him, man.
Mufasa was that dude, bro.
Bro.
Yeah.
He was breaking them down. You say, see, son, this is how life connects. Yeah, we might eat a bunch of shit, but we rely on them too. You know, that was a whole breakdown, man.
And that's, man, I had to watch that movie again. And then you had Scar, which was a fucking Edomite.
Yeah.
Yeah, he basically wanted to take the kingdom.
Right. He was trying to supplant it, man. Basically like a Jacob and Esau situation. You know, fighting for the throne. This is Acts 14 and 22 again. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, that we must go through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
Yep.
Basically, man, that's the cost, man. They don't put a dollar amount on it. It's through much tribulation. That means every brother's struggle is going to be different, you know? And that's the only way we're going to get in, man. There's a cost to this thing, man.
Hey, what that nigga Snoop Dogg say in that movie, The Wash, as wicked as it was, he said, I'll pay the cost to be the boss, you punk motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like YAHAWASHI, he paid the cost to be the man.
Yeah.
You think the Lord, I mean, it was already given to him from the beginning, but he had to play it out, man, through the script. Look, YAHAWASHI didn't come down here and just get shit free. He had to put his life on the line, man.
Right.
And he took on the sins of an entire nation, bro.
Right.
What man can do that? So you don't think that man deserved the glory? That's why when we read the first scripture we brought out in 2nd Esdras, the 2nd chapter, it says that the young man whose stature was above the other men. Why is that? Because he took on the ultimate price that no man could do.
Yeah.
Moses couldn't do it. David couldn't do it. Peter couldn't do it. John couldn't do it. That's why John said that, hey, this man's shoes, I'm not worthy to lace.
Yeah.
He said it.
And there, you treat things differently as far as you earning them and when they're given to you. Esau was given his rulership. He didn't do anything to earn it. He didn't put no hard work. The Most High set it up for us to fall and for him to come up.
Right.
But what we doing right now, we earning rulership. You see, so you have more value in things that you earn, whether it's, you know, rather than it just being a gift.
Yeah.
See?
And brothers, I will say this, man, and this is spirit that I will say this. We can, through the spirit, not me, not any brother up here, but through the Holy Spirit, brothers, there's a promise that everything that's going on, if we remain faithful, is gonna turn around for us, man. It's gonna be like a bad dream. I just know it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna turn around, brothers. We can promise you that the hurt you're dealing with is gonna be like an afterthought in a minute, and before you know it, you're gonna be able to look at that adversity. You're gonna say, you know what? I'm good. And when the tables turn, everybody's gonna want to pipe to your tune, and you're gonna be scratching your head like, what the hell? Like, how the fuck did this happen?
Yeah,
you know.
You think of it kind of like a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
Like you buy a lottery ticket, but you don't know it's the winning number yet. Nobody's looking at you. But once they find out you got a lottery ticket that's the winning number, all of a sudden everybody's looking at you, man. Now you're in danger. You know, because you don't really have that money until the very end, man. That lottery ticket ain't no good to you unless you make it and get that shit into your bank account. You know?
This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 27. It said, ye have heard it was said by them of old time. Hold on, let me start verse 29. It say, and if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell.
Right, man. Hey, that's giving up something, man. Because like we said it earlier, do you sacrifice the body to save the arm? No. But they say without an arm, the body can still function.
Right.
So you got to count the cost on that. But that's still giving up something. That's a sacrifice, because who the fuck want to lose any of their members?
Right.
No, because when you lose a member of the body, now you got to work extra hard to compensate for the lost member.
Yeah.
Matthew 5, verse 30. If thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that the whole body should be cast into hell.
Right, right. You know, in the business world, there's more than one way to make a profit. One way to make a profit is to get more revenue. The other way to make a bigger profit is to sell, is to do less expensive things, do things that it's going to cost you the least.
Right.
So it can actually be profitable for you to cut off something. Because you have to, Esau got a term called opportunity cost. Well, what would have happened if that thing continued to go down the way it went? Well, we would have went bankrupt, you know? So it's profitable now to cut it off. So in the future end, we're not completely bankrupt, man. And that's how it is sometimes. That's how it can be profitable to cut something off.
Count the cost,
you know?
Yeah. Hey, that parable, get that when it says that which one of you have built it that's sufficient and not count the cost? Because the thing of because the whole point about it is when you're doing something, you gotta sacrifice everything. Like they say, in order to be a successful business person, you have to basically sacrifice, man. You know what I'm saying? Like every business person that's successful, they have to bring in great sacrifice, meaning working hours. You may have to miss family events. You may have to do certain shit, you know. And in this case, in the faith, brothers have forsaken family, you know, walked away. Like shit, the Lord had brothers move different states, man, to teach the word, man. Yeah. You ask like why? Like why can I just stay here and teach? Because the Lord knows what you need to focus, man.
Right. Yeah. And it's not about you, man.
It's not about you.
I watch certain shows on CNBC about this guy. He'll come in, he'll turn around struggling businesses. You know, the person that starts the business, they got a certain affinity for a certain product. Like they're selling denim, like, oh, I really like jeans. They're like, listen, the jeans is costing you money, man. Your real money is over here in the accessories and handbags. And they got this affinity to what they love the most. But he had to come in and tell them, man, like, listen, man, you got to let that go. Yeah. If you keep trying to sell these jeans and force them on people in this neighborhood, your business is gonna go under. You gotta pivot to the situation that you're in, man.
You gotta stick with the bread and butter.
Yeah.
And that's what the apostles always tell us. What they say, always keep the main thing the main thing.
Yes.
Main thing it's gotta be the main thing, man. Your majority of your time should not be date nights with your John, man.
Right.
You are with your John 5-6 days out the week, you know, just basically living in the box, man.
Right.
No study time. I mean, you doing videos, but they little 5-minute hits.
Lose your edge.
Yeah.
You don't want to get in that mindset that I'm gonna just do a video just so I can get back to my point. That's what I'm talking about, man. You ain't supposed to be thinking that way, man. Oh, I gotta get, like, you trying to hit quotas in your, nah, man, you're supposed to be invested into this woman. If you got in your mind, I'm gonna just do a video to hit a quota just so I can get back to my woman, bro, that's going on. Man.
Yeah, God. And this a lesson I've been meditating on. I ain't put it together, but every brother in the truth, you already got a main woman.
Yeah.
Any woman you got is already a side chick, man.
But that's why the woman hate this thing so much. Hey, women know.
Already the side
Women
chick.
know, right? When you commit your time, that's why women hate the brotherhood, man. They hate this understanding. They like, fuck that shit.
Right.
And they lash out in different ways, man. But they like, man, that truth, that's his bitch. Yeah. I ain't you fucking me, but you all in love with that. Then your brothers and the... Bro, it's crazy on the anatomy how this works, man. Yeah. You are being persecuted for doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For trying to do the right thing. Because you dealing with this woman, which is the truth, will get that bitch out of a jam. But she's so hurt in her mind, she's jealous. Right. Now she's gonna do shit to offend you, but fuck herself up. But like the brother said, you gotta be really invested in this.
Luke chapter 14, verse 26. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple.
Yeah. And the scriptures don't mean you gotta vigorously hate them, but you gotta be willing to forsake these people, man. If they hate the Lord, you gotta hate them, man. Yeah. Ultimately, you gotta be with whatever the Most High is with, man. Yeah. Even the spooky parts of the law, the shit that seems questionable, the rape, that ain't gonna make us look good, man. Hell no, man. You gotta hate people that are against them, and you gotta love the man that understands them.
When the whole rape thing came out, hey, we stood firm on that, man.
Yeah.
He stood firm on that. But look, they took that and they ran with it. Hey, a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, when the elder brother Kazaki Allah confronted them niggas at IUIC, they bought that shit up. But I thought your leadership told you to stop bringing that up, man, because that wasn't the case with us. But you brought it up any goddamn way. Yeah. But see, you got to deal with that because, see, when all hell break loose and they want to get brothers on shit, they'll use that narrative. That's why you got to be very wise, man. Be careful on who you put in your bed, too. Yeah. Because you got women that, this is why we say when you deal with women that got children already, be very circumspect with that.
Yeah, man.
Because if she's not rooted in this thing, and she's not about this thing, and she feels some type of way, Esau gets to it. Ain't nothing for Esau to get to a woman like that that's of the world.
Yeah, man.
And then she can easily spin, oh, well, you know, he was looking at my baby, kind of, you know, and they gonna believe that.
Yeah.
So, hey.
Delilah's out here, man.
Yeah, hell, Delilah, very, yeah. Because what was Delilah's whole goal of Samson? To get into his power, because she couldn't understand it. She said, wait a minute, how can you have this type of power? What is your secret? Pillow talking.
Right.
And then he told the bitch
yeah.
it was in his hair.
Yeah. How did she get to him, man? She had to drain his balls.
She drained him nuts, man.
Talking to him, man.
So she was doing that AMSR shit on the nigga.
Yeah.
Probably had the long nails and tapping on him. She was probably blowing his rod. Yeah. Probably getting the brother all types of good shit, man.
Oh, yeah.
And you know when Jake getting love for us, because you know Jake, man, only thing Jake really want to do is lay in some box and chill, bro. That's all Jake really want to do. Man, Jake get a hold of that good box, man.
Hey, I'm going to be honest with you, man.
You open it up.
It's really hard to resist a soft, feminine woman that's all soft and sweet. That's hard to resist, brother.
Well, the scriptures say it. You can't resist it, man. Why you think the scriptures say sitting out at the wine with her because you'll be taken by a temple? The Lord know the Lord know the woman was our glory, man.
Yeah.
Ain't no man go turn down a soft, feminine woman that want to be with him. Are you out your mind?
And that's how you know America's at the end, because none of these women understand that, man. They got all this rah-rah masculine energy. If you want to get the most out of somebody, man, be soft.
That's why they got what they call this soft girl era shit.
Yeah.
That shit don't work. We see right through you black women, man. That
but
shit
y'all
don't
so
work.
fucking stupid, man. You could take a man for everything he got, man. If you just be patient, you speak softly, you manipulate him over time. You come in the house yelling and shit.
I have to correct that statement. You could take a nigga for everything he got. You're not gonna take a man of the Lord for what he got. You can take the possessions and the children, but you ain't gonna take the Holy Spirit from us, man.
That's right.
That's how Mordecai.
Yeah.
But it's Luke chapter 14, verse 26. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also.
Yeah.
See, you gotta be able to walk away from all the shit that you have, man. All your crib, your car, your job, all your clothes, whatever hobbies you like to do outside of the truth, man.
Yeah.
It say he cannot be my disciple, and whosoever does not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. What is bearing your cross, man? Bearing your cross is fulfilling your role in the ministry. Mm-hmm. You have an obligation to come to the streets.
Yeah.
It's not something you do just because. If you believe in YAHAWASHI, you have an obligation to come out to the streets. If you believe that you're an Israelite, you have an obligation to support the ministry.
Yeah.
Because we know our brothers ain't teachers, man. But I know our brothers got the ability to buy a case of water.
Yeah.
I know our brothers got the ability to buy hand warmers.
Yeah.
I know everybody know how to work a Cash App to send tights.
Right.
You know that?
And you supposed to hate this place, man. Yeah. You got a term right now called the most wonderful time of the year. They singing all that jolly bullshit. Look, if you in that spirit, man, the Lord ain't dealing with you, man. Because you don't hate this place. You know?
It says, Luke chapter 14, verse 28. For which of you intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it?
Yeah. And that's very self-explanatory, man. Like I work at my job, what they do is engineering, and they build all kind of stuff. They build bridges, they build power plants, and they got something called estimating, man. And what they do is they get a bunch of engineers, brilliant guys, and they say, look, we're gonna need this much linear feet of pipe, we're gonna need this much copper wire, we're gonna need this much this and that. and they roll it all up into a cost, man. And at the end of the day, we go and make a bid and say, hey, look, we could do this for $200 million. You know?
Yeah.
They don't just go in there and start tinkering tools and shit around together, and then halfway through they're like, oh shit, we ran out of material.
Buy as you go.
Man.
That's with us, man. Before we came into the truth, we questioned, do we have this much patience? Do we have this much long suffering? Do we have this much integrity to go and fulfill the work of the Lord, man? Because if you don't, if you lose patience, you're gonna end up getting destroyed. If you lose integrity, you're gonna end up being destroyed. You see? So before we put our hands to this plow, we told ourselves, each brother told themselves that we gotta be in this thing till death. Now whether we make good on that promise is up to YAHAWASHI. But we not out here just for a season, man. We out here for as long as it takes for YAHAWASHI to get us the hell out of here, man.
As long as it takes. Well, hey, I got another precept, man. We're gonna shut it down about 5 minutes. But this is the book of Revelation 12 and 11. It says that they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death.
Yeah.
You know? That's the point we went into, man. You know, it ain't just like we despise our lives in a sense because it's not righteousness around us, man. You know, we don't have joy in this place anymore. Like these people, they wake up looking forward to go see the big Christmas tree, go see the Nutcracker, go see the Wicked play, which that's a damn good play, by the way. But still, you know, they look forward to getting the Christmas. We ain't looking forward to this shit, man.
Yeah, it says love not their lives, man. I like fucking on hoes, man. I like going to a bar every now and then, get a drink in there, but I ain't willing to die for none of that shit, man. Y'all can have this shit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we enjoy the fleshly shit. I mean, you know, brothers drink, they have fun, you know, they, you know, got homes and, you know, we make money and stuff like that, but it's just like, that's not fulfilling us. That ain't no fulfillment, man. That's why, like, if this place go down tomorrow, I won't miss a goddamn thing to do it. Oh, man, brother, I miss my PS5, man. I wish. Fuck that.
Hell no.
I miss my car. Man, why would I miss something that give me problems? My fucking car give me more problems than a goddamn woman, man. You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck would I miss something like that?
Yeah, man.
So,
I like
this
certain
place.
video games, man. Play God of War. I'm loving it, but the moment them carriers showing up, I'm
out
out of there, man.
Dope,
I'm putting that shit down. I'm out of there, man. Fuck this game.
Like, hey, the Lord, like, hey, you know, on the GTA 5, Jake caked up. I got about 16 mil. Lord, like, look, you want the kingdom or you gonna take this 16 mil with GTA money, man? Fuck that goddamn GTA shit, man. That shit get boring, man. You know?
That's it.
Or, you know, you want to aspire to be a basketball player, man. You know, you had the and one niggas and shit. They do their commercials. They
hot sauce.
hit niggas hot sauce and shoot jump shots and shit. Man, fuck all that, man. You know? Fuck this place, man. For real. And with that, man, we gonna close out and give all praises and glory and honor that's due to
How, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the elders, the apostles, the great millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to you hopeful elect men out there, those in the gospel brothers, the standard of YAHAWASHI, wherever they may be. And with that, shalom and a ball, man. Shalom. Another one in the books, gentlemen.